Today we have a lot of different things to do, starting by mowing the pasture, and then we'll see what else we can get into. So come hang out with me today, right here on the ranch. So this is a field I just mowed. It looked just like the one I'm mowing now with all the goat weeds everywhere. Needless to say, it looks a lot better. You can see the pond down there. One of the problems with all these goat weeds is that when the cows start calving, you cannot see calves laying down, or cows for that matter. Obviously, from an aesthetics point of view, it's a lot nicer. Also, when those cows are going down to get grass, they're contending with all those higher weeds. And a lot of times they'll get abrasions on their eye, which can result in pink eye. So cleaning these fields up, I would say, is a necessity. Boy, I tell you, mowing without a cab is horrible on my allergies. I'm just sneezing over and over again. It's not ideal to be mowing in November. The reason that you would mow is so that you can stimulate the grass and get regrowth. And so what we're doing here is really from an aesthetics point of view. One thing you got to remember is when the wife says, hey, it's time to clean up that field, it looks bad. That's a sign that you better get it cleaned up if you want to continue to enjoy the country life. So we mow the pasture in November, even if it doesn't get us regrowth, it keeps the wife happy. So here's another ravine that we have here at our south pasture. And as you can see, that thing is super deep. A lot of times this has water in it. And my issue is that hogs go in and out of this and really mess up the banks of this creek. And then when it rains, we have erosion, which is what you see all around us. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up some hog panel just on the edge of this, for two reasons. One, to keep the hogs out of here. I think that'll help my erosion problem. But two, some of these areas are just super steep, and I don't ever suspect a cow would run off in this, but I could definitely see a calf. This will help give me some peace of mind knowing that I'm not gonna have any cows or calves at the bottom of this. So I'm using zip ties to fasten this hog panel to this T-post. And the reason why is that there's times where this creek will rise. When it does, it will tear down this fence, the water will. So what I'm gonna do is if I ever have a situation where the creek rises, all I have to do is come over here, clip this, take this off, and this fence is out of here. Easy to put up and also easy to remove. Alright, there's our fence. That should keep hogs out and cows in. Low budget right there, but it works. So here's a quick look at these red cows. They're doing good. I just turned them into this back pasture. This is a lot of coastal Bermuda grass in here. It's starting to go away from us. We had a frost this morning, so I don't suspect that this grass will get any greener. You can see there's some green down in there still, but there is a lot of brown. So, but they're hunting for it. Down by the creek, we do have some bahia grass that's still a little green. These calves here coming along nice. Those are 2 heifer calves. Looking sharp. And there's our bull calf over there. He's getting some milk from mama. It's nice to have plenty of grass, not have to worry about feeding hay in November. It's okay to feed hay in November, but it's pretty cool that we're not having to do that yet. Before I leave for the night, I just want to check this water trough. Starting to get some wind. It's blowing pine needles in here, but nice and cold. That Joe Megaflow, I tell you, that float there does really well. I had an issue a couple days ago where it was getting some pebbles caught in it and it wouldn't shut off. But that was the issue with having rocks in the pipe, nothing to do with the float. But it does well. And just as a security measure, I have a camera here that watches my water that goes to my phone, just to make sure that I don't have anything overflowing without me being here and not realizing it for several days. That's how I realized that we had an issue with the float with the pebbles in it. I got a picture and it was overflowing and I was able to get it cut off. That's the good thing about technology. I know sometimes we curse it, but in that scenario, that camera saved me a lot of money from a big, massive water bill. So you never know. The best of floats, such as this one, can still have an issue. And I just always want to make sure that I'm prepared and have a plan to be able to catch those as they happen. One of the projects we've been working on is doing a little siding project on this house. This house was my grandparents', and before that it was my great-grandparents'. It's been about 40-something years since it's had really any attention. And it actually was doing quite well. But we started to see some of the old siding starting to rot. Started to have some issues with some siding starting to fall off the house, and so it was just time to fix it. But this is starting to look real nice. We still have a little bit of work to finish it up, and we got to get it painted. Yeah, that's what the old siding looks like, and that's the new LP Smart siding is what we put on it. Yeah, I think it's gonna come out looking real nice. Nice ranch house. Here's the heifers. They're coming along nice. They just line up by the fence. They're so gentle. Look at this thing, looks like a teddy bear. 82. So yeah, these heifers are doing nice. We have 2 months and they'll be with the cow herd. I'm sorry, correction. We have 2 months and they'll be with the bull. And then we're gonna put them in with the cow herd when the big bull gets out of the cow herd, which will be mid to the end of February. We'll have 10 more head in our herd here very soon. So we're still in the middle of calving. Right now in our main herd, we have a total of 22 calves. And then over at our red herd, we have another 3 calves. So a total of 25 calves on the ground right now. As I'm filming this, this is November 9th, and we still have 13 cows still to calve. Now I know for a fact some of those cows are gonna be late because they calved late last year. Cows that don't calve on time simply cost us money. And as expensive as everything is, we can't afford to have cows freeloading, eating all of our grass, all of our hay, all of our mineral, and not producing a calf. So this next year, when it comes time to choosing which cows we want to cull, we'll definitely be taking a close look at each and every one of these 13 cows. We won't cull all of them. I know that we still have several that are going to calve in an acceptable window, which is going to be either November or December. But anything past December, we're going to have a problem, and we're going to have to evaluate and see if there's any of those cows that we're going to have to part ways with. Here's our big bull, almost a 4-year-old, 3.5, I guess. We'll be selling him come March. He has one more round with the cows. He's been a real good bull. We got him when he was not even a year old. And so he's basically been raised on this place. And he's performed really well. He's really docile. He looks good. He throws small calves. And he throws calves that make money. I couldn't be more happy with this bull and the performance that we've had from him so far. Hey, big boy. Well, it's getting late and I'm about ready for dinner. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, and we'll see you again next time right here on the ranch.